G'day guys, my name is Lord Tomo. Welcome again to another Sonic the Hedgehog toy item collector review. As you know, I'm Lord Tomo. We have the blue steel, good old Sonic the Hedgehog. Mess around with my Luigi Wii. This is actually the thing I used to play Sonic and the Olympics, aka this game. But this isn't the actual thing that I'm going to be talking about. The actual review that I'm going to be more or less talking about is something that... What's the best way to describe it? It's not something where, you know what, I'll show you what it is and you can pretty much try to grasp the concept of what it is. Essentially what this is, I know this looks pretty much mad good in one piece. This is a Sonic the Hedgehog 2 promotion hanging display. So essentially what this was is, back in the 90s roughly, they don't do it as much nowadays. They do it with statues and whatnot and all the fun stuff and posters. But back in the day, specifically during the Nintendo beginning of Sony, you could say, and definitely Sega Mega Drive, which is Sega Genesis, they tend to have a lot of promotional stuff out there. By promotional stuff, they will have obviously posters and the occasional display of the game, but they also have things like this. Now what this essentially is an actual display piece. Now, in other words, you would build it up, and as you build it up, you just hang it on top of your store, and it would just basically, I guess for the most part, turn around certain divisions. I'll show you more the actual bits and pieces. I won't build it for reasons other than the fact that the reason why I purchased this, well, there are several reasons why I purchased this, but one of the reasons was I did want to display it. However, due to the lack of room that I currently have, and you know, my apartment and all that fun stuff, I don't exactly have it hanged up. I just have it in storage for now until I get a bigger place. Then I can just definitely hang it up and just basically pimp out my room. But that's enough about my life, because obviously you don't really care about that. So let's talk more about this item. So essentially what this was is, if you're pretty much a Sega executive at the time, or Sega sales division, you would basically give this out to retailers, and those retailers would basically build it up, hang it up, and away you go. Similar to what they have now, but they don't have it as much per se. They exactly have more posters and all that fun stuff. So essentially this is it. Now you would get this as it all in its entirety. Now I'm not, just to say this straight out of the bat, I'm not a major fan of promotional stuff. There are some promotional stuff that I would buy, and this was one of them. I don't have a lot of promotional stuff. I don't think I have a few flyers here and there and all that sort of stuff. I think I have a poster somewhere, but other than that, this is pretty much the one promotional stuff that I really wanted to show you guys, just to show you, for those who obviously don't know too much about the 90s in terms of promotion, or those who do, you can basically reminisce and say, oh, I remember back in my store and whatnot. So it's definitely a nice piece. So yeah, enough about that. You'll basically receive this in its package. Basically the sales rep would basically come, say, here you go, promote our product, congratulations. The sales rep essentially would basically grab it, and I'll just show you the back. It's literally just held by plastic. So that's basically one of the carvings or things of the thing. I keep saying the thing. So you just open it up and you'll get a whole bunch of stuff in it. Now I'm going to show you, I guess for the most part, the crucial bit. I'm just going to put this now for now and just show you the crucial bit, because this pretty much explains more or less what it is. Now this is just the instruction sheet. This is pretty much as straightforward as you go. It's got a bunch of stuff which I will show you individually, so you can basically have a better look, and of course you have the various things you would get. Now essentially what this is just a bag of all the little wires you needed to basically connect every single individual piece together to basically make it into a flyer. You would even get, as you can probably see here, the hook, which is essentially here, the hook, and you can, there you go. And it was literally just held by a staple, nothing too crazy. This is purely for promotions. You wouldn't think too much of this as a collector. Funny enough, that being said, I actually found this in its entirety, purely yellow luck, not hunting for it, purely yellow luck. I don't recall that much what it is, but yeah. Now, for those who've been more or less paying attention to this actual flyer, for the most part, you'll see a few things that kind of stand out. That kind of either, if you're a new Sonic fan, you kind of think, what were they thinking back in the 90s? And for those who have been, in the know-how for a little while, you'll be like, yeah, I remember that. Now, a lot of promotional stuff, especially with Sega, I'm not entirely sure with Nintendo, is Sonic was the pioneer, for the most part, of the Sega Mega Drive. Obviously, the pioneer initially was Alex Kidd for the Sega Master System, but obviously to promote the Sega Mega Drive and the power and the strength of the Sega Mega Drive, you'll have obviously Sonic the Hedgehog, and they will try to use, kind of for the most part, like slang cool words. For example, you have obviously Sega, and it says 2 cool mobile hanging instructions. Yeah, that's pretty straightforward. You have Game Gear, promoting the Game Gear. You have Genesis, Sonic, and anybody notice that? Too fast, too cool, today. twice the action, twice the danger. Really promoting the whole two-player aspect of Sonic the Hedgehog to pretty corny for those. I don't know. You tell me what. You know what? You tell me what your opinions of that is. I find it pretty nostalgic for the most part that they'll have, you know, all the too cool punish kind of stuff. Nowadays they try to have all the cool aspect to things, which, don't get me wrong, that's still awesome. You know, there's like Gears of War, God of War, you know, Call of Duty. They try to really focus on the heroism of stuff. I get that, but sometimes one of the major things that I did like about Sonic, and even now, is just the fact that it doesn't necessarily try to take itself too seriously, but enough to be pretty awesome, pretty cool in its own retro sort of modern way. Pretty counterintuitive the way I described it, but yeah, that's what. So basically, you would just literally hang each individual piece by these little strings, and away you would go. Really simple, nothing crazy, and of course you'll need something on the roof. Pretty awesome that I even got this for the most part, just in this size, like not size, but just, you know, this length on this condition. So one of the things you'll get is obviously this. It says too fast, too cool, too day. And as you can see from the actual bottom, is just basically, well, you can see it there. It's literally just made out of cardboard. Nothing too crazy, nothing too hardcore. But if you look closely up there, you will just see little holes, right? These holes would be held by, not held, but pierced through these little wiring. It's not even wire, it's like literally string and a bit of aluminium metal. You just piece through it, and just the way it goes. So you'll grab two, and it's exactly the same. And occasionally this will just spin around, so people will be like, oh, mommy, daddy, too cool, too awesome, too, you know, all the fun stuff that normally gets associated. The second thing is obviously, mind you, every single piece is just cardboard. Don't go too crazy thinking this is some prestige, you know, hardcore thing. This is obviously Sonic the Hedgehog, spin around, exactly the same Sonic the Hedgehog. I really love this font for whatever reason. It's very, I don't know, weird. I think, what is this font? I don't know. You can see the fine detail, like in terms of the actual, you know, embedding sort of effect. Pretty alright in that regard. Another piece is just this, twice the action. Woo! Pretty awesome in that. Alright, what do we have here? It feels like Christmas already. Gotta love that. You have obviously this Sega Genesis. Now, a little fun fact for those who may or may not know, Sega Genesis was America and Sega Mega Drive was Asian Pacific and, dare I say, Europe. I'm pretty sure it's Europe, but yeah. Sega Genesis US and Australia Sega Mega Drive. For whatever reason, I'm not entirely sure why they call it Sega Mega Drive in Australia opposed to Sega Genesis. My guess is as good as yours. I'm sure there's a valid reason. There's always a valid reason, but I don't know. There's that. This is one of the major small bits that it comes in. I'll just show you. It's a Sega Game Gear portable gaming system. Exactly the same on either side. Nothing too crazy in that regard. Gotta get the last-ish piece. Exactly the same. Twice the action. Twice the action. Nothing too crazy in that regard. I'm sure there was another piece. Game Gear, Genesis. No, I've got more. And this is pretty much the creme of the creme. You probably have seen it when I've taken it out. It's literally just a cardboard of Sonic the Hedgehog and Tails Mara, aka Tails for those who know. His full name is Tails Mara. Little trivia, Tails Mara is our per mile. Tails Mile. Pardon me. Yeah, so it's Tails Mile per hour. It's meant to be pay homage to mile per hour sort of thing, which is pretty alright. And yeah, I've got our Sonic just giving his pose. And that is pretty much all you can really talk about a display piece. Like, you can't necessarily go wrong. It essentially is what it is. You just all hang it up in one connection. And I'm even surprised that I even got it in its own entirety, to be directly honest with you. But yeah, it's pretty impressive. I think it is. You tell me. Do you think this is impressive or not? I hope it. I think it's impressive. And how much did I get this? It was a little steep. I got this a couple of years ago, and I do recall it was about $150. So it's extremely, but I mean, it was extremely steep for cardboard essentially. But it is a throwback to the 90s in the promotional department. So for me, it was justifiable. For some, it may not be. You tell me. I got this for $150. I haven't seen it since, so I'm not entirely sure if this is rare or this is just basically discontinued, or if this is basically meh. Who really cares about it? Away it goes. you know, it really depends and all that sort of stuff. I'm trying to remember where I got it. I'm not 100% sure. I'm guessing eBay. I tend to get most of my stuff from eBay, but I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, definitely, I think it was a buy now, or was it been, it's been so long actually, it's been so long. Look, in terms of rarity, I'm going to have to play it safe and say 50-50, 5 stars out of 10. It could be the most rarest pieces promotional merchandise out there, or it could be the most crappiest, cheapest merchandise out there, and I've just wasted $150. It wouldn't be the first time I've wasted a lot of money on something that was essentially just, dare I say, crap. And I don't know, to me it was justifiable. Maybe I'm just denying myself, maybe I'm just, you know, in a delusional world. You let me know. So 5 stars out of 10, I could be wrong, could be right. I don't know, you guys let me know. If you have any more fun trivia regarding Sonic and merchandise, or have any some pretty awesome retro stories, or even modern stories that you could say about promotional gears of Sonic stuff, hey, let me know, I'm more interested to know. Guys, thank you so much for checking out my reviews, and please stay tuned, I will be making more stuff. And you guys, take care, and speed on.